Hello everybody, my name is Mosie. I use they them pronouns, and today on Mosie Makes, we are going to make a bracelet. Now, this bracelet that I did is like a multimedia bracelet. So I have in here wire and embroidery thread and beads and also super glue at the very end of the bracelet. And these like uh latch hook, clasps for the bracelet. But yeah, you can really add anything you want. Like I even have here this faux leather strips. So that's cool too. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first thing I need to do for this demonstration is choose my colors. And so I have all my embroidery thread over here. It's kind of messy, but it's better than it was a couple days ago. And I have all these beads as well, which I will need to choose from. All right, I'm back. Um, so I chose my materials. I chose my embroidery thread that I'm going to work with today and the beads that I'm going to be working with. And I've also decided that I want to incorporate one piece of this sort of olivey greenish leather strip. So those are the materials that I'm going to be working with, and yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need to do is, first of all, we need to actually get the clasps because I didn't get my clasps. Yes. I'm running out of them. If I want to keep making bracelets, I'm going to have to get more clasps. But I'm just using, these tiny little ones that are on the back of necklaces and bracelets and stuff. Yeah, so that's what I'm just going to put them with my beads so I don't lose them. And then the next thing I want to do is cut my thread, my embroidery thread. So I already started doing that one a little bit, but I didn't get very far. And the reason I stopped is because um, I decided I wanted to do it on camera instead of off camera. So here we are. I'm cutting embroidery thread, and usually I make for a bracelet, this size, a small bracelet. I would cut um I would cut probably about this much per piece of string you want. So typically I double it since I have 5 colors. That means I'll have 10 strands of string. And I want it to be actually a bit longer because I'm making this bracelet for myself and I have big wrists. So So I've got my string now, and like I said, I had 5 colors, so now I have 10 strands. I've chosen this like sort of muted sea green, bluey green sort of theme going on with a little bit of woodsy, so kind of earthy, I guess, earth and water. Um, and yeah, so for typically for like regular friendship bracelets, you just have the loop and then you just tie a knot like that, and then this becomes the top of your bracelet. But because I'm making the bracelet a bit more fancy, I'm adding the clasps, I have to do something different. So I folded my string in half. This is how long it is. And I'm going to just cut that loop so that's 10 individual strands instead of 5 and 1/2. So now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to experiment with this faux suede leather cord stuff. So I've never even used this before, and but I think it totally matches the color scheme. You can't really see that. See there. Um, but yeah. So, all right, so we're back, and the first thing I need to do is decide whether I want silver or gold wire, and that's actually a joke on me because I ran out of silver wire in this heavier weight. I also have this gold and silver and black wire in a lighter weight, but I don't want to use that for the core of the bracelet. I want to use the heavier wire. So yeah. The lighter wire is usually more for like decoration and less for like stability. So, like if I'm trying to sort of mimic almost what this one does, it's pretty flexible, but you can tell that it's still like very sturdy. And it's not going to be like a cheap piece of jewelry. Um, and so the first thing I need to do is to anchor my clasp. Um, this tiny little thing, I need to anchor it and attach it somehow to this. And with the wire, I need to attach the string, this, this thing, and the wire all in one. So for the for the wire that's going to run down the core, I know it's the bracelet is not going to be like this long, but I do need to make it so that it's a bit longer in case of like we run into we're wrapping with it now or we're just doing extra things that take up more of the wire. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get your string like this and make sure all the ends are lined up. Um, for me, that would be a challenge. And it is a challenge, but it's fine. Oh crap, one piece of string came out. Okay, so basically what you do is you get this string and you get the suede leather if that's you're also including that. Ugh. And so you sort of pair that together like so. And then what you want to do is sort of integrate this wire into that same bundle except with a bit of room at the top, and that will be the wire that creates the loop that the, the clasp will sit on. So I'm just going to go ahead and demonstrate that. So first of all, you prepare a knot like so with a good amount of string left over. Leave it kind of loosey goosey so you can still fit the wire through it. And then you go and you stick the wire through it with leaving about I'd say 6 inches of wire um, for the loop. And then what you can do is stretch that out so it's not in your way. First of all, I'll just put it under my leg there. It's good. And then what you want to do is tighten that knot, and you can adjust the wire if need be. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your clasp and you're gonna thread it through the onto the wire. And then what you're gonna do is push it so it's basically at the base of the knot. And then what you're gonna do after that is you're gonna fold it down and leave a bit of a loop. So like so, and you don't even necessarily need to use your tools for that part. And so it gives the clasp a little bit of room to move around if need be. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start wrapping my shorter end of my wire around the core wire and around the string in the suede. So now I'm going to just to tuck in the sharp end of the wire, um, so that we can work on the rest of the bracelet without potentially harming ourselves. We're just going to use our one of our tools here, and I'm gonna just flatten this so it's not poking up. Perfect. And now you have this like beautiful start to your bracelet. And at the end of the bracelet, what we'll do is we'll cut off these like shaggy ends, um and we'll adjust that at the end and super glue it in so it just stays in place and all that. But for now we can just work on the bracelet. So let's go. Here's the secret actually. The secret is with these kind of bracelets, it's just about what feels good in that moment because the bracelet will continue on. This is a bracelet wisdom right here, okay? Because the bracelet will just continue on. And no matter what stops we've made along the way, You know, like in this bracelet, for example, that I'm holding, it it has like so many cool beads, but different sections of coil wrapped with the wire versus wrapped with the string versus like being this flat part that's still flexible. I love it, that part so much. But anyways, not the point. The point is, with your bracelet, you just got to trust the process and you just got to do what feels good. End of rant. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start. All right, everybody. We're back to the end of the bracelet making day and bracelet making video, and I ended up with two beautiful bracelets, which I will put photos of here, here, and here and here. And I just want to say that I love making this kind of bracelet. It's been a really long time since I've made this kind of bracelet. And I always forget that it's so easy because, and it's fun too, because like you have the multimedia component of it, right? So it's made up of wire and potentially yarn and embroidery thread and all these different components, right? That make it like a real true arts and crafts instead of something like braceleting, like making a friendship bracelet in the standard way, or crocheting something beautiful and having to do it stitch by stitch or knot by knot. And so yeah, I really enjoy making these, and they're fun because you can just like express yourself through your bracelet however you'd like, because there's no pattern. And these the materials that go into this are not expensive by any means. I mean, yarn is way more expensive than embroidery floss if you're getting about the same standard across. And plastic beads are everywhere, right?
I just want to say thank you for watching. And if you felt inspired by this video, you want to go make it one of your own bracelets, but you're still feeling a little unsure of how to go about it, please drop a comment. I will totally get back to it, and we can have a discussion and we can, whatever. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.